We're here with Hayley Miller post-match. Hayley, how did it feel to take home that win?
Yeah, it was good. It was probably a different game than what we're sort of used to having previously played in summer, and then most of our season sort of works into summer. So to have a proper wet weather game, bit of lightning as well, and it's probably perfect prep for when things don't go the way you expect them to. The girls had to take half an hour and reset, go and play 3 minutes and then have half time. I think the way we were able to reset after that and come out firing in the second half was really, really good.
Obviously, the Pies kind of led from the start. The second half, though, was purely Freo. How are you proud of how the girls adjusted and what that kind of looked like in the second half?
Yeah, I think it was a really mature performance from us. We didn't panic. They were probably outrunning us, outworking us, and they're a fantastic team. They're a fantastic contested team and running team, so we knew what we were sort of up against. Particularly in the midfield, they got some really good runners in there. For the girls to sort of reset from that and go, okay, how are we going to beat them here? Number one, we're going to work a little bit harder, and our structures around the ball. How can we, best beat them? And then, playing to the conditions, get it going our way, and then set up from there.
Now, you're outstanding in the contest and even booted 2 goals today as well. How does it feel to play a role for the team?
Yeah, definitely. It's great when you have a good game yourself, but spend a little bit more time forward, which I'm really enjoying. And we got a bit of a new look forward line. So with the likes of Gabby down there, thought she was fantastic. Pewee working down there. Obviously, Anya's always fantastic in the contest down there. So to just work off those girls is great. And then in the midfield we've got a really exciting group in there. We complement each other really well. So it makes it easy for me to do my job, and for us we're just working really well together, which I think it was a well-rounded performance for everyone.
Now, you just mentioned the midfield. They're obviously shaping up this year and looking amazing. How excited are you for what's to come in there?
Yeah, well, I've obviously worked with them week in, week out, and we've just been building, over particularly the last couple of weeks in our connection in there, and we know where each other's going to be. We work to our strengths, and I think, that's what you need in a midfield. You can't have everyone doing the same sort of role, so I thought, Eastie, when she's cracking in and getting the ball to the outside, Ash Mack is fantastic on the outside and like that booming boot to get it forward. Working with those girls, and obviously Meg is a little bull in there as well. So I love working with all of them. And it's just exciting to see what we can do this season.
Izzy Strom put in a show today, as always. What do you make of her performance today as well?
She does it all the time, which I think is just her superpower, to be able to consistently week in, week out. And really, she's undersized, right? She's tall compared to the rest of us, but in terms of sort of rucks around the comp, she's not that tall, but she uses her body so well, gets us first hands on the footy. So, we couldn't do, as a midfield, do what we do without her playing her role so fantastically.
Now, Gabby Newton as well, she played her first minutes today. How did she do?
Yeah, I think she'll work into it. She's had a pretty interrupted pre-season, so I think today for her it was just go out and enjoy playing some footy, and she absolutely cracked in and had a couple of shots on goal. And I spoke to her sort of at half time, and it's like, just keep taking those opportunities because they'll come. You've taken some time out of footy and that sort of stuff, that confidence and whatnot in your kicking, but it was absolutely torrential when she was on the ground, so it makes it really difficult. But she absolutely cracked in and had an impact out there.
The physicality and the contest the side brought today was outstanding. How did you prep for that throughout the week?
We actually had a wet weather session on Tuesday. It absolutely pelted down. So I think, in my head, I'm not sure about everyone. We didn't talk about it. We talked a little bit about the conditions and how we wanted to play to those conditions. But we train it week in and week out. What we want to do, when the ball comes in high and long, where do the rest of us need to be set up? And I just think when we were able to get the ball going forward, it allows our backs to set up behind the ball, and then it's just almost impossible to get it back out. They're like a brick wall back there. So. Yeah, we knew that they were going to be really hard at the contest, and they were, particularly in that first half, and we had to work through that and find another way through.
Now, you've got a week off before you prep for round 1. How excited are you for what's to come in the season ahead? Yeah,
it's great. She's just excited to play footy and play for points. So, we've had a couple of really good hit-outs, and, to put it bluntly, we were pretty good at this time last year, and then, you know, we weren't able to sort of, I guess, see that in games where we're playing for points, that pressure and whatnot. It goes to that next level. So round one in a couple of weeks' time will be a really great test, but I think, you know, we've put in so much work and done all that work to really set us up for a great season.